That is, if they support the post from Her Excellency and push that agenda, is a good call. You think government should accept it, and you think government can just listen to them?
Yes, because gone are the days where musicians have come and they've gone, and we don't have opportunities like this. Because I always tell people, we musicians in Ghana need certain incentives. You understand me? We need certain privileges that we can, at least, live by, and at least feel free, because we don't have our lives anymore. I can't go and eat at a restaurant or a normal job bar anymore. So there are certain things that it should be considered. But if you guys are sitting on TV and radio and you are talking like this, do you think the politicians will see us that we are serious? Like, for instance, as this woman even raised this issue, it has become the chaotic moment of the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
The political side will be seen as like, go for a grow municipal. I think we are women kaya move joining hands together. Nama foresee and nama yaya mamono. Said Yobika.
So that I can know. Best also subscribe to your channel. Diplomatic passport, French ambassador, be postie. See a Ghana artist for a bit more effort. Diplomatic passport, boarding bit about a stone boy ding, Stawale ding, Sako ding, Black Sheriff, a Kim Promise. And I United Showbiz for the Cottonas, a can once a man, Ola Michael. Jide saying and name so on Shatta Wale was some confusion be a trim. Now so better now I say. And you can ye now so be on Fatasa about body and Dear Boom and I Shatta Wale Dino Cobo. A can say, Obi so no yen to me man of our passport so now or 2 coin or couldn't quite assem a Gugana in Massy. Then no na Shatta Wale so I'm fan of Bocoso or the yen drum a really ye. Oh, yeah, say, Ola Michael, you a stupid man. You were born to match him. Now, no, Nansiano, a French ambassador, yeah, Obe make his post, it's a sister station, a friend, a video call, and an editing come. I can come my fat, dear, a course to non so who, yeah, dear course, all in show be the a confusion about the sea and what's it, also, what 10 you mono, a assembling namo. Then a star station, only chunk of say. Send a 7 by and send on no, or by Fano, and Fanny say on no, a Republic of Ghana president. As me about to my saying and Obecan, young Cotin,
and I was absolutely baffled that it became viral and that people suddenly were doing talking about it in TV shows and radio, and it was quite impressive, which means that it was a thing, it was a subject.
So I think that, like you mentioned earlier, it has been like a topic on our radio stations and our TV stations, like a major topic for discussion, because number one, you are a diplomat, and so coming from a diplomat's point of view, that's what actually carried a major weight. And so people, the media space or the media landscape, people were discussing it. And I think at this point, let me chip in this question. So for instance, let's say that you are the president, supposedly, let's say you are the president of the Republic of Ghana, and this offer has brought before you, let's say this offer or this suggestion has brought before you at the Jubilee House. What are some of the criteria, what are some of the things that you're going to look up for in making sure that you come to a conclusion in giving a diplomatic passport to our musician? Because mind you, when you look at our creative aspects, we've got actors, we've got, like you mentioned, bloggers, photographers. What are some of the major criteria that you're going to look? And again, if you are going to give it to, let's say, Sarkodie or Black Sheriff, are you also thinking about giving to the DJ, the bodyguard, dancers? So you see, so let me know, if you are the president of Ghana and this proposal has been presented to you, what are some of the criteria you are going to look at for?
Okay. You're right. Once you start, you always have a whole crew behind it. You say, oh, if that one, why not that one? Actually, first of all, there's something that's very important, is that a diplomatic passport doesn't really change your life. It makes it slightly easier to get a visa when you apply for a visa. Okay. But when I'm at an airport, when I travel, I have absolutely no privilege. You would think that you have a specific line where it says diplomatic passports, but in reality, that specific line is being used for people who travel business, handicapped, people with families, so you end up queuing just like everyone. If you have a diplomatic passport, it's actually only worth when you have a mission, when you are on a mission. You cannot use it when you just go for tourism, or so when you have some sort of when you're going to do your duty of an ambassador. But it doesn't give you so much privileges. So I've held one for 5 years, and believe you me, I'm still strip screened and searched every time I go through the airport. It's not a way, it doesn't really ease your travels. What it makes easier is when you require a visa. You can have it faster, and it's like you have some sort of a label by the state that says this person is very reliable and we know him.
What are the criteria?
If you can talk criteria about it. For a cultural ambassador, the criteria would be how notorious, how famous the person is, and how much he impersonates Ghana overseas. So does he have a fan base, or does he have visibility, or he or she has visibility in a positive way outside Ghana? Has he or she been in the business for a long time, and has he or she been using his platform for advocating for Ghana? You see, I've had a question many times, but do the French artists have a diplomatic passport? But none of the French artists ever advocate for France. I've never seen a French musician or a French photographer or a French artist go overseas to present or exhibit its art and say, oh, I'm French, vive la France, it's fantastic, you should come to France. I've never seen that, never. So there is something, so it would involve, of course, how much you push and how positively you talk about your country. Look, when you think of Sarkozy, definitely, he's been in the business for 10 years plus. He always advocates for Ghana wherever he goes. He always behaves perfectly well. You've never heard of him ruining his hotel room or getting completely drunk at a bar, or he always behaves in a very well brought up manner. So he's never ashamed Ghana in any way. So this profile would certainly be someone who would deserve to have this kind of facilitation, just to make his life easier. Just to
So like I asked earlier, so are we going to add his manager, DJ? How are we going to deal with that as well?
No, you don't really need to add the manager and DJ, because when, again, the main advantage of a diplomatic passport is when you go and require a visa. So if you go require a visa, and then if you vouch, because you have this passport, right, and you vouch for your manager, your back voices and DJ and all that, then their process will also be eased. So it would be like a Trojan horse that would enable you to be on top of the pile and be noticed. And these guys, I remember, because when I was in Ghana as an ambassador, they wanted to travel and travel to France. So there was a time when quite a few of them had to apply for a visa, and I realized that it was quite a hassle. It was quite complicated. Again, ambassadors don't do visas, but I twisted arms and I had to say, look, these people, they're artists. You can please look at their file. Will you marry me? Who are you?
I was saying, okay, no, the new sem no. Also, a canna drink a farm. But on the not say on expect to say a year to quite say, but to me, API say we back Cassaitia, we are releasing jump, a dear, a good away. No, one dream bi ase bi abisa bit my dey ebetimi efim aba na no na afin so no ana sister station enso any Shatta Wale enya nkomo so friend no ene di nkomo efa de esi eno se ono akasa no sa eye abasibodi abai sign ohunu sa call no a good call and a sign ohunu na Shatta Wale dey to enim say ono de say good no and you no be deciding government no be deciding but okase bo man na me de na asem no kan say be good ni na agina aye players a omu play game no omu play ni ye ya na be good man play ni ye ya na ye good games na all kan players all kan ye omu agbomudin say omu fata aye diplomatic passport no omu no oyusum as players so omu kasa omu ni ye be ye good never say call no a good call
you support the call from Her Excellency? Say it should give you diplomatic passport. You, Stone Boy, King Promise, Sarkodie. Do you think it's a good call?
Well, that one lies in the hands of the government and how they see it. Then you see, the government will see that call as a good call when the players in the game are playing a good game. Are you getting me?
That is, if they support the post from Her Excellency and push that agenda, is a good call. You think government should accept it, and you think government can just listen to them?
Yes, because gone are the days where musicians have come and they've gone, and we don't have opportunities like this. Because I always tell people, we musicians in Ghana need certain incentives. You understand me? We need certain privileges that we can, at least, live by and at least feel free, because we don't have our lives anymore. I can't go and eat at a restaurant or a normal job bar anymore. You know, so there are certain things that it should be considered. But if you guys are sitting on TV and radio and you are talking like this, do you think the politicians will see us that we are serious? Like, for instance, as you might even raise this issue, it has become the chaotic moment of the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
The political side will be seen as like, go for a grow municipal. I deal with a woman, Kaya, move joining house together. Nama foresee and Nama Yayama Mono, said Yobika.
Adafuno sana yeti no Shatta Wale okasa ye pa me asema me de omri de me ka kire mu no say e bia abasibodi bi ba say be kan say radio fata ana so on fata ni na agina opako na ye ma na abasibodi no ni ye oka na me de ye pa okasa ye aha na me de ba no si so wo product bi ana say company no ba say ye mbo mu de ru ma wato ye media tribe e wo ho so be fa na mba no na komo bia wo bia no enu bedi ne kama na company na see product a wo ton no akwa echire nkofo ehu na bia akoso wa e de ma sanso na media ifilms e wo ho media ifilms and IT services so e wo ho se oniji acting ho camera handling ho broadcast journalism ejuma ho oniji ho pese ope be bia betimi a training and any media ifilms sanso so na ope animations events coverage YouTube video intro bia for the chair media iPhones. I'm on number at that screen, but me afro no edi nkomo aha na me si akram.